I want you to close your eyes. You can squeeze them tightly together or simply just place your hands over your eyes. Next, put your lips together real tightly, just like you have none. Thirdly, I want you to cover your ears some way. Put some earmuffs on, put some headphones in, but just enough where you can't hear the things around you, but you can still hear me talking to you. Now, if you're blind, deaf, and mute, what all do you think you could possibly do and accomplish? Right now, today, what do you think you could do? I think I could use the bathroom. I could, hopefully, if it's in my kitchen, I could make a meal, make some toast. Wouldn't use the stove, preferably, but I think I could do a few things, but I couldn't, I don't know, write a book, drive a car, use my phone, really. But today's society is set up a lot easier than it was back in the 1880s, especially for disabled people, specifically. I believe that Hellen Keller did not actually do all that she claimed, her family claimed, and others claimed that she did, or accomplish, one would say. I grew up learning a lot about Helen, and just kind of the way she grew up through life and the struggles. And I've done a lot of research over the years. In school, from a young age, we would watch movies about her. Particularly, I remember one. It all started about how she was a baby, and after she was a year and 7 months old. I remember specifically, she got a flu illness, and she lost her sight, hearing, and was not able to speak clearly. So, and then we would just kind of sit out waiting for the buses, and they would just play on movies. I know one was Cinderella. They played one about Hellen Keller. But just over the years, I've been interested and just kind of done my own research on her, found some knowledge here and there taken just to know about her. But today, I'm going to be talking about how she claimed, or people claimed, that she was an activist, that she graduated from, at the time, well, now I think it all went into Harvard, but Radcliffe, which is part of it. I believe that's how you say it, Radcliffe. And thirdly, how she learned 5 languages. So, firstly, she claimed to be an activist. If you are mute, you can't speak. You can make noises, some, but you can't clearly speak properly. How can you be an activist when people can't understand you? Like, if you're signing it, I understand it, but you can't be an activist to all. You would be a specific activist. People are claiming she was an activist in general. Then she would be a Braille activist. No, not Braille. Sign language, ASL. She grew up in the United States, yeah. ASL activist, if you would sign it, but not just an activist. Secondly, she claims to have graduated from Radcliffe with a Bachelor's of Arts. If this was around 1900s, 1905 when she claimed to have graduated, how could one back then graduate with being blind, deaf, and mute when they didn't have too much Braille things back then, compared to now at least? I understand if it was now, the 20th century, but the 1900s, I just don't believe that. How could they accommodate that much from her at a women's college specifically? It wasn't a college for the disabled or for the whatever. It was a women's college, Radcliffe. It was part of Harvard, just for women. Harvard was for men, Radcliffe was for women. Thirdly, she claims to have learned 5 different languages. One was English, one was ASL, one was German, I think one was French. Can't remember the 5th one. But if she couldn't even speak in English, how could she learn 5 different languages overall? Like, I understand English and Braille, or ASL, sorry, but German, French, etc., I don't understand that, when she could barely do the one. I believe Hellen Keller faked the things that she did, or accomplished, or whatever, and that there was no way that she could have been an activist, got a degree in that time, and speak 5 different languages. Next time someone mentions Hellen Keller, maybe challenge them and make sure you're not being lied to like you did growing up. And just kind of put some little key details there, like, oh, what were the languages then, if she spoke it? Where did she graduate from? To see if they're adding up. This time, I want you to close your eyes and ears, put your lips together tightly again, but imagine yourself in the early 1900s and how that must have been to get a degree, or to speak 5 languages, or to be an activist, or whatever. And think for yourself. Thank you.